Welcome into Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up today. Use that promo code Leading Off. When you do, it's me, Joey P. That, of course, is the Welsh, and it's you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks, the things that make this crazy little show work. All of you out there who listen and watch, and this thing that we call Leading Off in Fantasy Pros MLB. Welsh, I was watching some of the Combine. This is the third year of the Combine for Major League Baseball prospects. And I gotta say, it's not quite as exciting as the NFL Combine. I recorded it, hoping to watch more of it than I did. I got about an hour in, and I just said, no, I don't like what they're doing. I want people analyzing swings. These guys are all hanging out behind the batting cage, playing grab ass. And all I want them to do is talk about the prospects, and they seem to have no idea who the guys were that were hitting or what was going on. I was not happy about this. I think they should let you do the Combine next year. Your thoughts?
It's a little ass grabby for sure. There's definitely
it's a lot of ass grabbing. There's a lot of asses out there to be grabbed.
To be fair, similar to like what happens at like first pitch, if someone were like really excited to be around a bunch of analysts and be like, oh, they're gonna talk about all this great fantasy stuff and guys, and then everybody is just talking about like IPAs and where they're going to go, play poker later in the night and stuff. Like you get all these old guys in, and they are just like beep 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 beep. Like you're right, they're
fine. Not. Do it in between. Just don't do it while the guys are hitting.
No, I agree.
And taking BP, taking grounders. That's the point. I want somebody else to talk. I don't need to watch a guy taking ground balls, for God's sakes.
I feel like you and I actually were watching at the same time, because I was watching as I know. To be fair, I was watching BP, and a couple guys are hitting, and it's just Adrian Beltre, Harold Ren, and they're just talking, and they're not talking about baseball. They're not talking about baseball at all.
They're just hanging out.
I'm actually going today, so maybe I'll just start yelling,
they should
hey,
put you on.
Stop grabbing the asses.
Stop playing grab ass. I mean, it's just, and look, I like those conversations, just to be clear, and I love all those guys. Like, they're all great. And I want to hear those stories about whose kid is doing what. Like, all that stuff is fine. But you have these prospects, and you're building this as the Combine, and you're putting it on television. With the way these prospects have been going through to Major League Baseball in now a 3-year window, or it used to be like a 5-year window or 6-year window, these players are more relevant to what's going on. It's not quite as relevant as the NFL, where they're coming in and starting day one. It's not like that. It's never going to be like that. At least I don't think. Times are changing. But I just felt during batting practice especially, that's the one time where you can grab people, talk about these players, let's hype them up, let's talk about what you see in the swing. I'd rather hear what Adrian Beltre has to say about that kid's swing than I want to hear about his kid's 12U tournament.
To your point, what's really weird about the whole thing too is it's like we came off of that day one, and there's nothing to talk about. Like, there's no like clips. No. Like in the NFL Combine, people are like, this guy did this and he ran this route and his shot, blah blah. There's nothing coming out from that day one. I do think it was a little high school heavy. Today, I'm hoping it's a little bit more college heavy, because that's where I'll be out there, get some videos. But yeah, it definitely needs a little bit more breakdown coverage than nostalgia. Hey, these kids are 18. Isn't this hilarious?
I like nostalgia. I like all that stuff. I love all those guys. I love the concept of putting the Combine on TV. It's just, come on. I couldn't even watch it anymore. I was like, I don't even know who's taking batting practice.
You want to pick up the nuggets. You want the nuggets. Who should I be excited about?
I want the dipping sauces. I want the whole thing. That's what I want. I'm happy that I'm going to be happy now for a second. Robert Russell, first time joining us live. Welcome, Robert, to the show.
What's up,
Rob? I love this, too. I love that we still get people joining us for the first time. And Kaysen says I look extra bald today. I don't know why that is.
Actually, as the show started, for some reason, I saw that comment, and that made me laugh.
How does one look extra bald? I don't understand.
Your lighting is a little bit different today. It's actually good. It's I'm not saying it's not good before. That's something my wife would say to me, by the way. She did that to me the other day when I was editing the show, and she looked over and she's like, wow, you actually look good on video. And I'm like, all right, bye-bye. Slam the door. Thanks. Your lighting is a little bit brighter. You do have an extra baldness to you today. It's a glow.
Maybe it's because I was having fun talking betting with our friend from MLB Network, Ariel Epstein. So we just recorded that. If you haven't subscribed to the Betting Pros podcast or the Betting Pros YouTube, that's probably the smarter place, because we're going to be crushing NFL season in a couple weeks. But we did a whole half hour talking about the State of the Union halfway through the season, what's going on there with the props. She had a fascinating take on the Luis Ariz potential for MVP. which I thought was wild and interesting too. She's like,
well,
it's
Ariel's
Acuna's,
fantastic. So,
but she's like, what if he hits 406 or 407? Like, what if he does that? Does that become this crazy national story? And like, I still say no, and I still fought her about it.
Yeah.
But I see where she's coming from, and stranger things have happened. So go check that out. Should be up later today. Definitely by tomorrow, I would imagine that'll be up there. Let's get to the headlines, and let's talk about the Reds. Why not? TJ Friedl, 3 for 4, 2-run homer on Tuesday's game, and now they have won 10 in a row. They're plus 440 to win the division. We talked about this actually on the show. Her and I both agree it's probably a better bet to bet the Reds to make the playoffs than it is for them to win the division. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, I think the division run is going to be pretty tough. We also haven't seen, like, what is this team going to do as far as acquisitions go? How are they going to look long term? So for them to make the playoffs with the wild card, much better bet than taking the division down, even if you're in June and they're at the top spot. I can tell you, I think it's the Diamondbacks. It's still a tough bet for them to win the division. As good as they are at this point, I wouldn't feel like that is a complete lockdown with the Padres and Dodgers breathing down their neck.
Jerry says I'm glowing. Bill wants to know if we're worried about Tyler Glass now. We'll get to him a little later in the show, Bill. He's on the 3 down because I was invested. Not happy. Also, this is from Michael. Michael says, watching the show ruined the podcast for me. There's more to the comment.
No.
I still subscribe, but I can't go back. If I miss it live, I have to watch on YouTube. That's right, because we are fun. So he's saying it didn't ruin it for him in a bad way. It means like the audio only just ain't enough. That's
I thought this was going to be one of those like backhand, kind of like what I just did to you. Like
that guy who said I didn't know Joe was a bald guy with a beard.
Yeah. It's one of those backhanded things where someone's like, wow, I had a picture of what I thought Welsh looked like, and I looked, and he's a big fat monster, and I hate everything.
Yeah, I didn't realize Joe was Italian. I had no idea. Like, what are you talking
exactly.
about?
I thought they were aliens.
All right, right after the show yesterday, which pissed me off because you had an opportunity to manifest a prospect, you didn't. But the Guardians, Gavin Williams, called up starting today against the A's. This is a cushy first start. Tristan McKenzie, we talked about going in the IL. We did mention the possibility of Williams. I don't think any of us thought it was going to be the next day necessarily. We thought maybe it'd go through a rotation cycle, and then maybe by the weekend we would start to get some news. But no, he's here. 2.38 ERA, 0.98 WHIP, 81 strikeouts to 24 walks in just 60 innings. So big strikeout numbers between double and triple A. He's 23. Welsh, give us a lowdown on Gavin Williams because you've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I mentioned it here, but like within the last week, I've been saying preemptively pick him up, hold him. I had someone tell me that because of the Tristan McKenzie injury, that this looked like a possibility that Gavin Williams is going to be up really, really soon. He struggled a little bit since he's gone to AAA, but that's only like relative from being absolutely dominant at AA. He's got a sub-3 whip in AAA. K's around 12. His last start, so he pitched like a full week ago, and it was 60% fastball, because this is like a guy that's going to lock out with 4 really solid pitches, big slider, big curveball, and huge fastball. He was 60% fastball, where he had a 20% whiff rate, but a 23% CSW wasn't his best. Slider, 20%. That didn't have a big whiff rate, had a better CSW at 29%, but the curveball, which he threw 17% of the time, a 43% whiff rate and a 33% CSW. So when he gets that fastball in the zone and being not hittable, I mean, this is a crazy one too. The inside the zone swing percentage is only 65% on the fastball, and a pretty relatively lower contact percentage. This is all in his last start, and this is all to tell you this is a guy that's going to be able to go deeper into games. He's got a big pitch arsenal, and he had a decent amount of innings last year, which could justify him going up to 130. Maybe. This could be like how Spencer Strider played through the year.
Just to be clear, you mean 130 total, not 130 remaining, obviously.
No, I'm saying last year he had 115 innings pitched. So this year the possibility to go
60, right? Is that what it says?
Yeah, so if he goes 130, you're looking at, what's the quick math, 70 innings. Could they push a little bit more? Here's what this goes with. Gavin Williams is the type of guy that his stuff is good enough to keep him there. He's got the innings to keep him here. We're all worried about the Yuri Perez stuff. Can Yuri Perez, the innings, though he looks like one of the best pitchers in baseball. Gavin Williams is in this tier of those players. So when you're asking the questions, that's like the big thing to take away here. Where does Gavin Williams sit? Do I drop Bybee? Yes. Do I drop Allen? Yes. Do I drop Emmett Sheehan? Yes. I want Gavin Williams in the Taj Bradley, Yuri Perez range. I would even take Gavin over Bobby Miller right now, but they're kind of closer.
Well, because we have so much day baseball, we got to talk about this. Right now, it's the top of the second inning, and Sandy Alcantara has now given up 5 earned runs and 7 hits in the first 2 innings. 5 in the second alone. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Or the state of Florida. Well, we know a lot of things are rotten in the state of Florida. But in particular, something's rotten in Miami with Sandy Alcantara. What is going on?
I asked the question first. I asked it.
No, I mean, I don't... I think all of us are looking at the same time. We've tried to make excuses about, is it the pitch clock? Is it the combination of that along with the changes in what you're allowed to do with the shift? Is he just not feeling right? Because he did have that biceps. I think it was a bicep injury earlier in the season. Is he just not 100%? He's trying to gut it out. I don't know, man, but I think the concept of the buy low or the turnaround for Sandy Alcantara, it is halfway. I'm out for the rest of the season. I'm out.
I was, semi-deficiency of like, you see really talented players go through struggles. I want to have buys, even sometimes when there's not great data to back it up. And this is one I just eat, but it comes back to, it's that changeup, man. The changeup has been so less efficient. He threw it 27% of the time as the number 1 pitch last year. It held batters to a 145 batting average, 24% whiff rate. This year, he's lowered, it's not necessarily he's lowered the usage. He's been throwing his sinker more, not relying on the changeup, because batters are hitting .313 against his changeup this year, which is bonkers. And here's another one. The EV on it last year, the average EV against his changeup was 84 miles an hour. This year, it is the number 2 hardest hit at 89 miles per hour. And in this game that's going on right now, 0 whiffs on the changeup. It's inefficient. That looks like it's probably the core of a lot of the problems is that changeup isn't going. So it's not setting up other pitches, and he's just getting banged around. It stinks. And I just moved him down pretty decently in my dynasty ranks too. So
I'm looking at the last couple starts here. So far, let's see. On the 24th of May, 2 earned runs, then 4 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 1 earned run, 5 earned runs. And then today, he's got 5 already. So... yikes. It's just, it ain't good, folks. It ain't good. It's dangerous.
It's a big old power changeup, but it just ain't doing, it ain't changing.
It ain't there. Ain't changing. It's upping.
No.
Oh, it's upping. Nate Eovaldi gave up 4 runs, 6 innings. Not very Nate Eovaldi-esque. His velo was at a season low 9.38. Now, that's still pretty good, but it's not quite where it was. Any concerns here? A little bit of fatigue for Nate Eovaldi?
For me, no, I'm not going to have massive concerns outside of, I will say that Bogman did this to me a couple times, and I've seen some other people do this but when people talk about Eovaldi, they have been putting him in the close to elite tier of pitchers this year. And I'm like, no, let's not do that. He's pitched really well. But if he's being put in that because he had those great starts, he's been put in this really, really high tier, I would be more concerned because I think he's going to median out a little bit. But this start, let's monitor it. Let's see if the velo continues going down. 1 start velo down with poor results isn't something where I'm going to freak out. 2 or 3, then you're going from Nate Eovaldi as must start every single week to maybe you do have to start looking at streaming him or something like that.
I'm still okay with it. He has been elite this year, so I am giving him the credit for being elite, but I understand.
I don't think he will be elite the rest of the year, though. That's my kind of.
You know who's never going to be elite? Byron Buxton. He is physically unable to play the outfield for the rest of the season due to limitations stemming from last September's knee surgery. He is now 29. He has gone hitless 0 for his last 16 with 10 strikeouts in his last 5 games. And I'm officially calling it.
He had a homer yesterday.
It's over. It's over. I'm out. I don't care if he had a homer yet. The Byron Buxton, the whatever you're hoping, the late bloomer, maybe if he's finally healthy. I know this is personal. I know this is tough, but this is
we were sitting here having a great time, by the way, and you said Byron Buxton, and then we needed the curb theme, and on my face, I'm like, Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think this is 2023. You're already screwed. It's over.
Yeah.
But I think what you're going to look for is if you have dynasty shares, if you have keeper league shares, that's it. I think it's time to just move on, whatever you can, whatever. Just move on, however it works. Just move on.
I'm not gonna disagree with you in the redraft, Stan. Like this is gonna be one of those lost years. It's been trash. It's garbage. You can't play the outfield. That
Wonky
just means
says it. Look at Wonky. Buxton isn't fantasy relevant.
He's really not. And I mean, it's one turn of second base from being injured now, so it doesn't even matter if he's not in the outfield. Dynasty, I'd push back because it's like he's bottom barrel. He's absolutely bottom barrel right now. So, but maybe you can go get a nice, package of prospects, 2 prospects that are a little bit further away. That might be how I approach Byron Buxton if I'm out of it. But, there's that small part of me that's like, I'm not looking to sell him for nothing. Are you going to sell Byron Buxton for TJ Friedl in Dynasty right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
TJ Friedl plays.
Yeah, he does. You know what?
On a good team.
He does play. He does play.
Plays. I mean, it's like he plays.
I'm not.
He's got counting
that,
stats.
yeah.
I know why you're not doing that, but I am. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
Or I'm just trying to get picks for next year in a keeper league. I'm trying to get whatever I can. And I'm out. Tristan McKenzie, he's also going to be out for a while, diagnosed with a UCL sprain in his right elbow. So we'll see how long that's going to take him to get back on the mound. Let's do the rookie lookie. David Hamilton is going to join the Red Sox. Hamilton, which everybody knows. I'm a big fan of the musical. So
I know, just waiting for you to do it. Sing the song. Sing one of the songs.
How does a prospect born from the Red Sox get to the big leagues? No. He's got 27 steals in AAA this year. So just putting that out there. 70 last year in AA. If you're in need of some stolen bases, you think this is another guy. We mentioned the guy from the Royals, I think it was last week. There's another guy. We're getting these like little stolen base guys popping up here. You think Hamilton gets enough airtime here? Do you think they're going to give him his shot to play every day?
I think he's worth a look. He made some big changes. I got hit up about him a lot. I didn't like him as a Brewers prospect, and that's where I saw him coming over to the Red Sox. A lot of people were on my case this year because he's had big success, but the team was also working on some weighted vest changes, some barreling changes. He's made, some strides. He's lowered his strikeout percentage, 11 homers in 52 games, which is one less than he did and more than double last year. He's already got 27 stolen bases. He's hitting 255 with a pretty good ISO number in general. It's worth the shot to see if the changes have pushed him. He's a little bit of a late bloomer. I struggle with late bloomers sometimes. He's almost 26 years old, but big speeds in there. The power has pushed this year, and some of that, whatever that batted ball training that they've been working on kind of as an organization in the minors may have paid off. So I would speculate simply because of that, those big speed numbers that he can put out there.
Something that hasn't happened in a long time, because we used to do the show early in the morning back in the day, is the lawn guys are here.
Still
and
early
usually
for
it
me.
was you always get the lawn guys coming, so they're right by the window now. So I apologize. There's nothing I can do about this. But
we don't hear it, Joe. I have the same thing. I have a window to my left, and it's like the whole world, just parties outside there sometimes.
Yeah. Louis Varland got sent to AAA as well, so it's good times, Louis. Let's get to the injuries. Dansby Swanson undergoes x-rays on the right wrist. J.P. Crawford missed yesterday with the right shoulder contusion. Padres activated Seth Lugo. What's that? Now you hear it?
Now
right?
I hear it. Now I heard that one.
No, it's like I'm in the Middle East reporting somehow. These are the injuries for Major League Baseball. That's what it sounds like. Seth Lugo, 15-day IL. Tim Anderson remains absent again for the Rangers with that shoulder issue. Against the Rangers, with the shoulder issue. So still same deal. Will Myers is activated, but I feel like there's no spot now for Will Myers. He's kind of looking around.
Joe, there's not
the meme of John Travolta where he's in Pulp Fiction and he's looking around like he has no idea what's going on. That's Will Myers.
Yeah, well, take that because he was also designated for assignment, so he's off the team. So he actually got activated. Will Myers got DFA'd from the team. So
they did DFA. I saw he got activated. I mean, and then I did not realize. So yes, he has.
So he's like, literally pointing around like, job? Anyone?
Job? You got a job? He will catch on somewhere, though. Someone will take a shot on Will Myers. Sure. Don't you think?
Yeah. No, I do. I think that he still wants to play. He's got some outfield first base versatility. Somebody will give him a shot. Sure.
That's right. And you're right. I don't cut my own grass because I am a star. Stars don't cut my own grass. I do the hedges. I do the other things. I clean the pool. I do all the other things. But we have a lot of grass here. It is a ridiculous
clean the
amount.
pool. Yes,
And I wanted to get one of those like Forrest Gump riding mower things, but now I was like, I just haven't done it yet. Someday. Julio Urias is going to make a minor league rehab assignment. Eduardo Rodriguez also Saturday live batting practice session, so that's encouraging. Also Welsh, Carlos Rodon pitched yesterday in his rehab start, 50 minutes from my house, right here with the Somerset Patriots.
Why didn't you go over there?
Well, here's the funny thing is the kids were over, so we had other plans and stuff going on, but it was fun because Carlos Rodon, a mustachioed, rotund fellow, was hanging out with Austin Wells, who was also a mustachioed, rotund fellow, and I thought they kind of look alike there. If you look here on the YouTube channel, you'll see there's Austin Wells, and there is Carlos Rodon, and there's the Spider-Man meme.
It looks like father and son. And also, by the way,
I think brothers. How about father and son? I mean, Rodon does look a little old here. I will say.
I like pretending that it's father and son. It actually looks like a live action Mario. Like they're just not in their outfits with the mustaches. And I do want to point out this should maybe be some of our advertisement for the 14K Mustache Ride show. Having Rodon and Austin Wells up. Yeah. Maybe we could compare when we have the mustaches. We'll put those two up to whatever we end up doing.
Shout out to Ethan, who always makes me stupid graphics when I ask him for things. Also, Jazz Chisholm will begin a rehab assignment Tuesday, so keep an eye on that one. 3 up and 3 down. Christian Arroyo 4 for 4 with a homer and a ribby. Spencer Strider had 9 strikeouts. Screw you. The 8.5 did not come in. Yesterday was bad. Again,
Bet against Strider.
I don't bet against Strider as much as I bet against 8.5. And most of the time, 70% of the time, it works all the time. So I'm still going to keep doing it. But he was good. It was good to see him bounce back. The window to buy him is shut. Yuri Perez, 6 scoreless innings against the Blue Jays. He struck out 9, but he got the no decision. That sucked.
The hell are they going to do with Yuri Perez? He is so good. They are literally capped up against each other of incredible talent that helps your team now and this like arbitrary innings and hurting development thing. I don't know what this team does, and it puts, I think, fantasy people in such a bind because like 2 weeks ago, people were dropping Yuri because there didn't seem to be any possibility he could be coming back, or at least dropping him for, a new upcoming exciting names. When, breaking news, he's the best of the rookie pitchers. He's just up against that cap of innings, probably more than anybody, maybe sans AJ
Well, and that's
Smith-Shawver.
why I still say the Marlins are a paper tiger, because they're up in second place, but they ain't going to stay there. Because it's eventually, Cinderella's going to have to come home from the ball here, and Yuri Perez's innings are going to run out, and Jorge Soler's going to come back to earth. By the way, it does feel a little bit like they're at a David Wells convention. Like, doesn't that feel like what they are?
Like David Wells impersonation night? Like, how they have
Elvis
Elvis
nights? You ever see that
nights?
SNL sketch where everybody is an Adam Sandler character from all the different movies? That's kind of what I feel like was going on there. That's kind of, that's the feel of this picture.
Austin
here.
Wells, by the way, was my weirdest interview ever. He was
what a shock, considering that strange looking.
My favorite thing that happened is he had just won Player of the Week in the AFL, and I went up and asked him, and I was like, "Hey, man, it was really awesome for Player of the Week. Did they do anything cool, like the chains or anything like that?" And he's like, "Nope, they didn't do anything. I got a piece of paper for it," and I was like, "Oh." Okay, that was cool. But it was in a much more hyper aggressive way. Again, not a bad guy, but it was just, he was very awkward, very, very big mustachy type of guy. David Wellsian, Carlos Rodonian. No thank you.
Carlos Rodonian. Down from yesterday, Joey Gallo, 0 for 4 3Ks. Josh Young, 0 for 5 3Ks. I think there's money to be made potentially on Gunnar Henderson, American League Rookie of the Year. I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
I know Josh Young's been great. Gunner's starting to heat up a little bit.
What's his number at right now? Because this is the guy that was like minus money to start the year, and I know it's tanked.
He wasn't minus to start the year. He was at 3-1 to start the year. I have it right here in front of me.
Are you sure it was 3-1?
I have the open 250 plus 250. Okay. Is Gunnar Henderson. Now he's plus 500. Yoshida's a plus 275, and this is a Betting Pros. Josh Young is plus 190.
So Yoshida's still number one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Josh Young is number 1 now. He's a plus
Josh
190.
Young is
Yoshida's a
plus
190.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay.
It's 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. And if you get that reference, we can be friends. If you get that reference in the chat, Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. 1 plus
Just
1
trying to
plus
make
2
sure,
plus
because
1.
I also still have I have some Yoshida shares. So
Tyler Glasnow, 6 earned runs, 4 1/3 innings. Your thoughts on this start and the overall return of Tyler Glasnow?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a ticking time bomb with the injury stuff. Like I do worry about that, but even in the struggle, still a 31% whiff rate on the day, 33% CSW. The slider had 8 whiffs of 18 swings on it, which is pretty absurd. He threw it 35% of the time. Just a lot of hard hit balls. And I wonder, I guess I'd have to try to find the zone chart, but it seems like a lot of stuff might have been sitting in the zone in this start. 68% fastball. I guess curveball slider wasn't, but he got hit really hard on this. I worry about the injuries with him and him being able to level to elite status. But I'm going to kind of chalk this up as like I'm not going to freak out because the stuff still looks really good. Yeah,
I agree. Velocity is good. I'm going to chalk this up to, again, he's off his the normal progression pace of a pitcher. And guys, to me, this is the kind of start you have in late April. And we always do that same thing. And this is kind of like his late April, early May, where we just kind of go, they hit that weird dead army kind of. They don't have a feel. Yeah, the bump. Right. Fun things. PrizePicks. Sign up today. Use the promo code leading off when you do, and you'll get a 100% deposit match up to $100, but only if you use the promo code leading off. So make sure you do that. Welsh, pick some prizes for the people.
Let's pick some prizes. Let's win some. I'm going to go with Zach Gallen. His strikeout number 6.5. We're going to take the over up against Milwaukee. Love to K. Corey Seager. His fantasy score is 8. He had 5 RBI yesterday. He's a monster. And I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez fantasy score also at 8. Those are my 3 prize picks for the day. There were a few guys maybe earlier. Andrew Abbott might have been a play if you could have got the K numbers before they started to adjust. But those are my 3 favorite for today. Joe, what do you got?
I've got Julio Rodriguez, 8 hitter fantasy score over. Jose Ramirez, same thing against Oakland, 8 hitter fantasy score over. And Juan Soto, 8. So crazy 8s today, all overs on the hitter fantasy score. Betting wise, to me, I see one thing that I like a lot. Zach Gallen has been brilliant at home. On the road, less brilliant. Not bad, just less brilliant. I think there's a place to make money here today. You're getting plus 145 on the Brewers at home with Julio Teheran, who keeps throwing out good starts. Like, I know at some point it's got to be, and this number's already moved, by the way, from plus 145 to plus 130. So that right now is where this is the best spot you're going to get it, because I just seen that right now that it's moved. So I like the Brewers today. It's my upset special. What do you see in the betting world today you like? Well,
yeah, I'm on the opposite end of that.
I know. I see that. This is going to be fun. Let's do it.
I like the D-backs money line. I don't like the run line to kind of what you're talking about. And Gallen has been a little bit dicey. He has not been the elite pitcher with some inconsistencies. But I'm going with the Diamondbacks on the money line. With that, I have a parlay. If you don't want to play the money line, Diamondbacks and Mariners moneyline parlay. I believe it pays around like 180, somewhere close to there. I also like Texas and Chicago, 9.5 on the total over. You got Martin Perez, no thanks. And you got the Texas Rangers offense in general. I might play the team total runs if it's 4.5 for Texas, but I'm going to go with the 9.5 because it just kind of covers both bases as far as the team scoring. Those are the only 2 plays that I picked up. Kind of didn't find any
great prop
player prop stuff that I love today.
I like Julio Rodriguez 4-1 to hit a homer. I like that one in little tiny Yankee. Little tiny baby.
The one I didn't get to check before the show. I meant to, and you and I were talking.
I want to pinch Yankee Stadium's cheeks because it's so cute.
I would look at Corey Seager. Corey Seager total bases. I might do that.
That's funny. That's the other one that I almost put on the.
I just didn't see what the number looked like. But if it was like plus money or minus 110, I would play
red
that.
Hot. You know what else is hot? So rare, so hot right now. Go play some So Rare. It's fantasy, it's fun, it's digital cards, it's all of the above. FantasyPros.com/collect. It's free. Free stuff. Playing baseball, have fun. Remember, these are your players. You open the packs, you have the players, you play and compete against other people, you buy, sell, trade. It's great. It's like you have all your baseball cards, but you're playing fantasy at the same time. And don't forget to join our league, FantasyPros.com/leadingoffleague. And you can play against other peanuts and the Cracker Jacks as well. DFS today, a lot of day games, but we'll talk about the evening slate. Shohei Ohtani tonight, auditioning, for big money contracts. Shohei's at 10.7K. Luis Castillo's at 10.6. I think you have a share of both of them, and you have the same exact lineup. You just have one with Ohtani, one with Castillo, see which works out best. Garrett Whitlock is an interesting punt play at 6.6K today. It's so cheap, and I think if everything breaks right, what's wrong with me lately? If everything breaks right, that Garrett Whitlock can get to that 6-inning, 6K mark and has some win potential. So the Angels, the Padres, the Seattle Mariners, that's where I'm looking for offense. Mickey Moniak, 2.8K. Jared Walsh, 2.3. And Michael Harris, still cheap, 2.8. Still. All right, Welsh, who's your home run call for the day? What do you have?
I'm going to go with my guy, Corey Seager. We're going to just jump right back into the good old days of playing the total base prop, playing the guy in PrizePicks, and doing the home run call. Those are the good old days we love to do.
And you work at the
all
flower
Corey
shop.
Seager day.
You do amazing things.
Shop.
So many things going on. I'm going to go with Julio. That's my boy. So Julio's my home run call. If you want to make a home run call, go to fantasypros.com/chat, join the Discord, and go premium at fantasypros.com/premium, or drop a comment below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you might win a 1-year free premium. Razor's still at the top of the home run board. We're giving away a Corbin Carroll autographed helmet. Personalized, going to be beautiful for the leading off winner. The board has not really changed too much. We see Carl
Tater's catching
up
up,
to 20
though.
through,
But
and
you see
Tater...
Tater's on Razor Ramon's
JJ Tater
right now.
just 2 behind the Razor, on the Razor's edge right now, keeping that lead. It's going to be really exciting to see, so make sure you go check that out. And again, there's a lot of perks to being premium at Fantasy Pros, because you also get all of the tools for football draft season. We just had a draft with Marcus Grant on our YouTube channel and Laquan Jones from NFL Network, and I pulled those people from our Discord, the premium users. So if you want to be involved in cool stuff like that and draft against us on the YouTube channel and do all those fun things, I want to do that for baseball next year too, where we pull the people to draft with us more and do a lot more of that. But we're going to be doing that from Discord. So go join there, check it out. I know you're like, it's another app, another social thing, but it's fun, and it's a really good community of people. So I highly recommend it. Welsh, any final thoughts for today, Jerry Springer style?
My final thoughts, no, it's going to be
all Gavin Williams. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, this is heavy Gavin Williams focused, and I will be at the MLB Draft Combine I'm going to be heading out of here once I get this show all set up, and I will be out there for 3 or 4 hours just seeing, hopefully, some of the next big first-round picks that are going to be drafted in a couple weeks, and, see a little bit smaller Prince Fielder. Looks a little bit tinier, lost a little bit of weight. Adrian Beltre, and we'll see what other fun guys are out there. But Gavin Williams, MLB Draft Combine, that's it.
You guys will all be out there talking about, who knows, lawnmowers or something. What kind of lawnmower? I got this riding mower. I got that riding. You don't even have grass out in Arizona. It's just dirt.
Yeah, a little bit.
Dirt and dead. It's like that fake grass, though.
I got some real grass in the back. It's dying, though. It's 100. It's going to be 113 on Monday. So.
Do you have to water it all day?
No, but you have to water it 2 or 3 times a day if you want to keep it going. It's a nightmare. Wow. It's a water nightmare.
There you go. All right, enjoy the day, baseball. We'll be back again tomorrow to do it again. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Bye.
Bye.